Even Gordon Ramsay isn't untouchable. These chefs dared to push him, and the results were explosive. From burnt hands to slap attempts, disrespectful chefs, and chaos in the kitchen, Ramsay faced chefs who just wouldn't back down. Here are 10 shocking moments when he got truly attacked. Head chef shouting and trying to slap Ramsay.
Does this make you feel better shouting in front of the blue team?
I'm not shouting in front of anybody.
Is that you have to show off?
How bloody f***ing
Don't
dare
be stupid.
This one started like any other Hell's Kitchen meltdown. Tension boiling, tempers snapping, and Ramsay trying to keep order. But this chef, she wasn't just loud. She was a ticking bomb. From the moment service began, she was barking orders, cursing at her team, and losing it over every little mistake. The entire kitchen could feel her rage bubbling over the stove. Then Gordon stepped in, calm, firm, but cutting through the noise like a knife. He shouted at her and told her to calm down and focus, but instead of cooling, she snapped. You could see it in her eyes, that mix of pride and frustration, and she suddenly raised her hand toward him. Gordon didn't even flinch. He just looked at her and said, "Don't raise your hands." She tried to argue. Why not? But he held his ground. "I just told you don't raise your hands." The entire room froze. You could have heard a pin drop. Ramsay didn't yell, didn't curse. He just stood there, steady as ever, leaving her humiliated in front of everyone. That was the moment she realized. You don't win shouting matches with Gordon Ramsay. First burn.
Don't stop and look stupid like some thick cow.
And here's where it gets intense. The chaos wasn't over after the shouting. In the middle of the kitchen frenzy, Christina, the head chef, left a pan handle resting over the open flame. Ramsay, moving quickly between stations, grabbed it without realizing it was hot. Immediate shock. You could see it. His hand jerking back, the sting spreading fast. She'd grabbed it with a cloth herself, thinking she'd protected it, but Ramsay had no clue. The heat seared through, and for a moment the kitchen went silent. Everyone froze. Ramsay, usually laser-focused on the food, had to swallow the pain and keep the kitchen moving. But the frustration was visible. His eyes cut through the room. "Christina, the handle was over the flame. Now you're just acting like an idiot." You could hear the tension, the simmering anger behind his calm tone. Everyone felt it. That mix of disbelief and adrenaline. One wrong move, and the fire in the kitchen wasn't just under the pans. It was right there in the air. Heated warning, after first burn.
Look at me, and I'm serious now. If a handle is over the flame, say something, will you please, yeah?
Yes, chef.
One more time, then you're finished.
I just burned Chef Ramsay. That's really not cool. My mistake. Not gonna happen again.
Ramsay did not merely let it slip. He grabbed his hand and ran it underwater, trying to cool the pain. But the warning was very clear. This was serious. He looked back at Christina with that sharp stare that forces even the hardest cooks to swallow their pride. "One more time and you're done," he stated, his tone even but sharp, whip-like through the kitchen. Authority, not shouting or theatrics. Christina tried to appear contrite and nodded. "I burnt Chef Ramsay. That definitely stinks. My fault." She mumbled, "Not gonna happen again." Her face said it all, a mixture of guilt and embarrassment, however. The rest of the kitchen watched quietly, taking instruction. The tension in the air, thick enough to cut with a knife, you might almost feel. Ramsay had clearly defined the border and made an expectation. Still, you could tell, just sense, that the storm was not quite over. The kitchen waited. Second burn.
Oh, shit. Oh, now. Christina, I've had enough. Oh, shit.
Just as you believed it was settled, however, it wasn't. Seconds later, Ramsay got burnt again. Yes, again. This time, he poured water over the panhandle. The sizzle, like a warning siren, sounded throughout the kitchen. And then he fractured. The calm, measured composure from before broke down into furious, volcanic wrath. Chefs leaping back, eyes wide, lips open. The kitchen exploded in confusion. Sharp and ironic, Ramsay's voice cut through the background noise. "Now I believe you're doing it on purpose." Christina, who seemed to have just grasped how serious this game actually was, caught every gaze in the room. You could feel the fire, the strain, and the absolute skepticism. And all of a sudden, it was not only about cuisine. This was personal. Disrespectful Chef Daniel.
Quoi? Et toi,
Tu les crois? Tu les crois?
Oui, je crois.
Tu les
Je
crois?
suis très énervée, je suis très triste. Hein? J'espère que t'es content.
Daniel's lack of respect is disgusting.
And the Brazilian chef seemed completely out of it.
S'il te plaît, m'énerve pas. On va pas.
Laisse les couteaux là.
On est amis tous les deux, c'est moi le patron. S'il te plaît, tu parles et je t'appelle à tout à l'heure. Laisse.
Vous laissez.
And just when you thought Ramsay had seen it all, Daniel entered the kitchen, a whole new level of chaos. From the moment he entered, it was clear. Respect was not in his vocabulary. The owner tried to intervene, asking him to leave. Daniel just laughed in her face. 3 hours went by, and not a single dish made it out properly. Customers were waiting, hungry, frustrated. And Daniel? He waltzed over to them and asked them to pay. Can you imagine that? The audacity. Things escalated fast. Daniel, feeling untouchable, grabbed a knife, and that's when Ramsay snapped. Calm for half a second, then immediate action. Half-made dishes went flying into the trash. Ramsay personally escorted Daniel, carrying him like a man on a mission. You could almost hear Ramsay muttering under his breath, "I'm gonna have to take Daniel to the nut house myself." The kitchen exhaled in relief, and the owner finally promised, with no hesitation this time, that Daniel was done. Respect, it seemed, had been restored, for now. Arrogant Chef Joe.
You know what I'm saying? I know you don't like the dish,
It's disgusting, Joe.
so you wouldn't give me any input on it.
Get rid of it.
You want me to get rid of it fucking now, not
I
say that
would.
one?
I would.
Get rid of the fucking thing. We don't have it.
Stop asking such ridiculous questions. Come over here
Don't
and
do
tell
that.
me it's crispy. Are you that stupid? Whose restaurant is it?
It's my restaurant,
Then
and I'm
act
asking
fucking
help.
responsible.
I'm asking fucking help.
Then wake up.
You wake up.
If you
Fucking come in here and help me instead of running your job.
And then there was Joe, a chef who thought he knew better than Ramsay himself. Mid-service, he had the nerve to tell Gordon to come over and watch how he cooked, asking repeatedly if the crab was crispy enough, seeking validation like a student begging for a gold star. It was infuriating to watch. The kitchen was tense, the clock ticking, and Gordon's patience thinning. Ramsay didn't even raise his voice at first, just that look, the one that could freeze lava. Then he laid it down, cutting through Joe's arrogance with surgical precision. "Stop asking such ridiculous questions. Come over here and help me instead of running your jaw." Every chef in the kitchen felt it, the reality check hitting hard. Joe had been running his mouth, thinking he was clever, while the real work piled up. Wake up or get out. Ramsay's rule was simple, and Joe was about to learn it the hard way. Chef mocking Ramsay, Melissa, Chachar raw pizza incident.
Touch that. It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Just when the kitchen thought the chaos had peaked, Melissa decided to add her own flavor to the mix, and it wasn't in the dish. Ramsay pointed out a raw pizza, and instead of focusing, she started mocking him, mimicking his voice, his movements, acting like a clown behind his back. The audacity was palpable. Ramsay's calm snapped instantly. No one dared laugh, no one dared move. The room went tense. He walked up to her and made it crystal clear. "Take the piss out of me one more time. Goodbye." One warning, and you could feel the weight behind it. Melissa realized quickly that disrespect wasn't just frowned upon in this kitchen. It came with consequences. The raw pizza incident wasn't just about food. It was about boundaries, control, and who really ran the kitchen. Lazy spinach preparation, Tal.
Ew, what's all this spinach for? I know you're wearing glasses. Come here. Why is all this spinach cooked like this? You've got 12 portions in there.
Chef, I made enough spinach for all that was on order, chef.
So you can't do one table at a time, reheating spinach?
Yes, chef, I can, chef.
Well, wake up!
Yes, chef.
Wake up!
Yes, chef.
And just when you believe Ramsay has discovered every conceivable shortcut, Tal chose to save time by preparing all the spinach servings at once rather than ordering. Though it may seem trivial, tiny errors in Ramsay's kitchen could cause anarchy. His eyes narrowed as he walked over, immediately noticing it. He yelled calmly but deadly seriously, "Cook the spinach to order, you lazy cow." Each word fell like a hammer, reverberating across the kitchen. Insisting she was just being effective, Tal battled to defend herself. Ramsay, however, wasn't buying it. He repeated the alarm, "Wake up," every time she became lazy or distracted. Her annoyance was visible, as she had been hustling, believing her efforts counted. But Ramsay was fixated on respect, accuracy, and timing. The tension in the air was palpable. Everyone watching could sense the unspoken fury. Good intentions counted for nothing in Ramsay's kitchen if they crossed the line into laziness. Mashed potato shortage.
Neil, that's my 2 portions of mash. Look at that. That's the way I get treated. What the f is that? Off, will you, yeah? You upset now?
Yeah, I'm
Glad you are, because you're crap.
You're crap.
Hey, madam, get out.
Yes, no problem, chef.
Get f***ing out.
Oh, I'm out.
Get the f*** out of here.
And then came the mashed potatoes, a modest side that somehow became a major drama. Tal's stress soared when visitors saw she had not cooked enough portions for the table. Ramsay was not willing to settle for anything. He questioned her several times, his tone a combination of disbelief and restrained anger. "What do you want me to do? Scoop down inside?" he asked incredulously, highlighting how absurd the scene had gotten. Tal became boiling over in exasperation. Insisting she had done enough, she declined to confess she had erred. Ramsay wasn't, however, buying it. Every time she attempted to justify herself or pass blame, he retorted, unrelenting, "Are you upset now? You're garbage." You could almost feel the tension bouncing off the walls. The kitchen seemed to be smaller, warmer, and more constricted. The air itself seemed to be charged with fury and aggravation. It was more than simply mashed potatoes. It was about responsibility, pride, and whether anyone could actually live in Ramsay's kitchen if they declined to listen. Tal snapped just when it looked like the turmoil might at last quiet down. She began back-talking and swearing, and the kitchen fell into chaos. Ramsay did not flinch. Though he kicked her out, this was not the end. He pursued her inside for a furious argument, the strained atmosphere obvious. Voices echoed off the walls, screams piercing the air like knives, each aiming to control the others, slapping threats, incessant shouting, and verbal combat developed. Ramsay had perfect control. Calm but resolute, he said the rule: "You can serve it, but not take it." The kitchen held its breath. Tal finally saw the fight wasn't worth it after a tense back and forth. She was permitted back into the kitchen with rigid shoulders and cautious eyes, and agreed to compose herself. Respect is everything in Ramsay's kitchen. Crossing the line has consequences. The order had returned, but everyone knew. Gordon Ramsay's kitchen is a war zone, and these chefs pushed him to his limits. From burns to knife threats and blatant disrespect, each moment proves why he's the ultimate authority. Who do you think was the boldest chef to challenge Ramsay? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More crazy kitchen chaos is coming your way.